Alright, here we are back with Diary of a Wimpy Kid by Jeff Kinney. Okay, and we are on the month of December. It says Thursday. The play is only a couple of days away, and I have no idea how we're going to pull this thing off. First of all, nobody has bothered to learn their lines, and that's all Mrs. Norton's fault. During rehearsal, Mrs. Norton whispers everyone's lines to them from the side of the stage. I'll get you, my pretty. I wonder how it's going to go next Tuesday when Mrs. Norton is sitting at her piano 30 feet away. So here's her off to the side telling them their lines. Another thing that's screwing everything up is that Mrs. Norton keeps adding new scenes and new characters. Yesterday she brought in this first grader to play Dorothy's dog Toto. But today, the kid's mom came in and said she wanted her child to walk around on two legs because crawling around on all fours would be too degrading. So now we've got a dog that's going to be walking around on his hind legs for the whole show. But the worst change is that Mrs. Norton actually wrote a song that us trees have to sing. She said, everyone deserves a chance to sing in the play. Here he thought he was going to get out of it. Here's the little dog. So today we spent an hour learning the worst song that's ever been written, We Three Trees. Thank God Roderick won't be in the audience to see me humiliate myself. Mrs. Norton said the play is going to be a semi-formal occasion, and I know there's no way Roderick is going to wear a tie for a middle school play. But today wasn't all bad. Toward the end of practice, Archie Kelly tripped over Rodney James and chipped his tooth because he couldn't stick his arms out to break his fall. Oh no, that's not good. There they are, we three trees. So the good news is they're letting us trees carve out armholes for the performance. Tuesday. Tonight was the big school production of The Wizard of Oz. The first sign that things were not going to go well happened before the play even started. I was peeking through the curtain to check out how many people showed up to see the play. And guess who was standing right up front? My brother Roderick, wearing a clip-on tie. So, here's the tree tripping. Here's Roderick in his tie. He must have found out I was singing, and he couldn't resist the chance to see me embarrass myself. The play was supposed to start at 8, but it got delayed because Rodney James had stage fright. You'd figure that someone whose job it was to sit on the stage and do nothing could just suck it up for one performance, but Rodney wouldn't budge, and eventually his mom had to carry him off. The play finally got started around 8:30. Nobody could remember their lines, just like I predicted, but Mrs. Norton kept things moving along with her piano. That's so funny. Here he is. The kid who played Toto brought a stool and a pile of comic books onto the stage, and that totally ruined the whole dog effect. When it was time for the forest scene, me and the other trees hopped into our positions. The curtains rose, and when they did, I heard Manny's voice, Bubby! So there's the dog with his comic books. Here's his brother, Bubby. Great. I have been able to keep that nickname quiet for 5 years, and now all of a sudden the whole town knew it. I could feel about 300 pairs of eyeballs pointed my way. So I did some quick ad-libbing, and I was able to deflect the embarrassment over to Archie Kelly. I think you dropped an apple, Bubby. But the major embarrassment was still on the way. When I heard Mrs. Norton playing the first few bars of We Three Trees, I felt my stomach jump. I looked out at the audience, and I noticed Roderick was holding a video camera. This is getting good. I knew that if I sang the song and Roderick recorded it, he would keep the tape forever and use it to humiliate me for the rest of my life. I didn't know what to do, so when the time came to start singing, I just kept my mouth shut. We three trees from yonder glen. For a few seconds there, things went okay. I figured that if I didn't technically sing the song, then Roderick wouldn't have anything to hold over my head. But after a few seconds, the other trees noticed I wasn't singing. Uh-oh. That could pose a problem. I guess they must have thought I knew something that they didn't, so they stopped singing too. Do spy a maiden fair and sweet. Now the three of us were just standing there, not saying a word. Mrs. Norton must have thought we forgot the words to the song, because she came over to the side of the stage and whispered the rest of the lyrics to us. Whilst we are rooted to our spots, she doth move on lighter feet. All right, so there she is, giving them their line. The song is only about 3 minutes long, but to me it felt like an hour and a half. I was just praying the curtains would go down so we could hop off the stage. That's when I noticed Patty Farrell standing in the wings, and if looks could kill, us trees would be dead. She probably thought we were ruining her chances of making it to Broadway or something. Seeing Patty standing there reminded me why I signed up to be a tree in the first place. So he throws an apple at her. Good one. Pretty soon the rest of the trees started throwing apples too. I think Toto even got in on the act. Somebody knocked the glasses off of Patty's head and one of the lenses broke. Mrs. Norton had to shut down the play after that because Patty can't see 2 feet in front of her without her glasses. After the play was over, my family went home together. Mom had brought a bouquet of flowers, and I guess they were supposed to be for me, but she ended up tossing them in the trash can on the way out the door. I just hope that everyone who came to see the play was as entertained as I was. I don't think his mom is very impressed. Wednesday. Well, if one good thing came out of the play, it's that I don't have to worry about the Bubby nickname anymore. I saw Archie Kelly getting hassled in the hallway after 5th period today, so it looks like I can finally start to breathe a little easier. Hi there, Bubby. Sunday. With all this stuff going on at school, I haven't even had time to think about Christmas, and it's less than 10 days away. I'm in the hallway. In fact, the only thing that tipped me off that Christmas was coming was when Roderick put his wish list up on the refrigerator. Roderick's wish list. 1. New drums. 2. New van. 3. Shrunken head. I usually make a big wish list every year, but this Christmas all I really want is this video game called Twisted Wizard. Tonight, Manny was going through the Christmas catalog, picking out all the stuff he wants with a big red marker. Manny was circling every single toy in the catalog. He was even circling really expensive things like a giant motorized car and stuff like that. I remember doing that as a kid, going through the catalogs. And there's Roderick's list. So I decided to step in and give him some good big brotherly advice. I told him that if he circled stuff that was too expensive, he was going to end up with a bunch of clothes for Christmas. I said he should just pick 3 or 4 medium-priced gifts, so he would end up with a couple of things he actually wanted. But of course, Manny just went back to circling everything again. So I guess he'll just have to learn the hard way. When I was 7, the only thing I really wanted for Christmas was a Barbie dream house. And not because I like girls' toys, like Roderick said. I just thought it would be a really awesome fort for my toy soldiers. When Mom and Dad saw my wish list that year, they got in a big fight over it. Dad said there was no way he was getting me a dollhouse, but Mom said it was healthy for me to experiment with whatever kind of toys I wanted to play with. Believe it or not, Dad actually won that argument. Dad told me to start my wish list over and pick some toys that were more appropriate for boys. But I have a secret weapon when it comes to Christmas. My Uncle Charlie always gets me whatever I want. I told him I wanted the Barbie dream house, and he said he'd hook me up. So there they are. There they're talking about their wish lists. On Christmas, when Uncle Charlie gave me my gift, it was not what I asked for. He must have walked into the toy store and picked up the first thing he saw that had the word Barbie on it. So if you ever see a picture of me where I'm holding a beach fun Barbie, now at least you know the whole story. Dad wasn't really happy when he saw what Uncle Charlie got me. He told me to either throw it out or give it away to charity. But I kept it anyway. And, okay, I admit, maybe I took it out and played with it once or twice. That's how I ended up in the emergency room 2 weeks later with a pink Barbie shoe stuck up my nose. And believe me, Roderick has never let me hear the end of that. Okay, so here's his uncle giving him the Barbie. Here he is in the emergency room. Thursday. Tonight, me and Mom went out to get a gift for the giving tree at church. The giving tree is basically a secret Santa kind of thing where you get a gift for someone who is needy. Mom picked out a red wool sweater for our giving tree guy. I tried to talk Mom into getting something a lot cooler, like a TV or a slushy machine or something like that. Because imagine if all you got on Christmas was a wool sweater. Yippee! I'm sure our giving tree guy will throw his sweater in the trash, along with the 10 cans of yams we sent his way during the Thanksgiving food drive. So here he is with his little sweater. Yippee! Christmas. When I woke up this morning and went downstairs, there were about 1 million gifts under the Christmas tree. But when I started digging around, there were hardly any gifts with my name on them. But Manny made out like a bandit. He got every single thing he circled in the catalog. No lie. I'll bet he's glad he didn't listen to me. I did find a couple things with my name on them, but they were mostly books and socks and stuff like that. I opened my gifts in the corner behind the couch because I don't like opening gifts near Dad. Whenever someone opens a gift, Dad swoops right in and cleans up after them. So here's all of Manny's stuff. Here's Dad cleaning up. I gave Manny a toy helicopter, and I gave Roderick a book about rock bands. Roderick gave me a book too, but of course he didn't wrap it. The book he got me was Best of Lil Cutie. Lil Cutie is the worst comic in the newspaper, and Roderick knows how much I hate it. I think this is the 4th year in a row I've gotten a Little Cutie book from him. I gave Mom and Dad their gifts. I get them the same kind of thing every year, but parents eat that stuff up. Number 1 Dad and number 1 Mom. Thanks. The rest of the relatives started showing up around 11, and Uncle Charlie came at noon. Uncle Charlie brought a big trash bag full of gifts, and he pulled my present out of the top of the bag. The package was the exact right size and shape to be a Twisted Wizard game, so I knew Uncle Charlie came through for me. Mom got the camera ready, and I tore open my gift. But it was just an 8x10 picture of Uncle Charlie. I guess I didn't do a good job of hiding my disappointment, and Mom got mad. All I can say is I'm glad I'm still a kid, because if I had to act happy about the kinds of gifts grown-ups get, I don't think I could pull it off. I know the perfect place for this. I just knew you'd love it. It's a picture that says, "Bless this house." Here's him getting his picture of Uncle Charlie. I went up to my room to take a break for a while. A couple minutes later, Dad knocked on my door. He told me he had my gift for me out in the garage, and the reason it was out there was because it was too big to wrap. And when I walked down to the garage, there was a brand new weight set. Bet he wasn't expecting that for Christmas. That thing must have cost a fortune. I didn't have the heart to tell Dad that I kind of lost interest in the whole weightlifting thing when the wrestling unit ended last week. So I just said thanks instead. I think Dad was expecting me to drop down and start doing some reps or something, but I just excused myself and went back inside. At about 6 o'clock, all the relatives cleared out. I was sitting on the couch watching Manny play with his toys, feeling pretty sorry for myself. Then Mom came up to me and said that she found a gift behind the piano with my name on it, and it said, "From Santa." So here he is, sitting with his picture of his uncle. The box was way too big for Twisted Wizard, but Mom pulled the same big box trick on me last year when she got me a memory card for my video game system. So I ripped open the package and pulled out my present, only this wasn't Twisted Wizard either. It was a giant red wool sweater. At first I thought Mom was playing some kind of practical joke on me because this sweater was the same kind we bought for our giving tree guy. But Mom seemed pretty confused too. She said she did buy me a video game and that she had no idea what the sweater was doing in my box. Oh no, I bet their giving tree guy got his video game. And he ended up with the sweater. And then I figured it out. I told Mom there must have been some kind of mix-up, and I got the giving tree guy's gift, and he got mine. Mom said she used the same kind of wrapping paper for both of our gifts, so she must have written the wrong names on the tags. But then Mom said that this was a really good thing, because the giving tree guy was probably really happy he got such a great gift. It's a Christmas miracle. Okay, so here's his sweater. Here's Mom. I had to explain that you need a game system and a TV to play Twisted Wizard, so the game was totally useless to him. Oh. Even though my Christmas was not going that great, I'm sure it was going a whole lot worse for the giving tree guy. Jerks. I kind of decided to throw in the towel for this Christmas, and I headed up to Rowley's house. So there she is. He's explaining, and then here he is with no TV to play his game. I forgot to get a gift for Rowley, so I just slapped a bow on the little cutie book Roderick gave me, and that seemed to do the trick. Rowley's parents have a lot of money, so I can always count on them for a good gift. But Rowley said that this year he picked out my gift himself. Then he brought me outside to show me what it was. From the way Rowley was hyping his present, I thought he must have gotten me a big screen TV or a motorcycle or something. But once again, I let my hopes get too high. Rowley got me a big wheel. I guess I would have thought this was a cool gift when I was in the 3rd grade, but I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with one now. Rowley was so enthusiastic about it that I tried my best to act like I was happy anyway. Gee, thanks. We went back inside, and Rowley showed me his Christmas loot. So here he is giving him his present. Here he is getting his big wheel from Rowley, and he's saying thanks. He sure got a lot more stuff than I did. He even got Twisted Wizard, so at least I can play it when I come up to his house. That is, until Rowley's dad finds out how violent it is. And boy, you have never seen someone as happy as Rowley with his little cutie book. His mom said it was the only thing on his list that he didn't get. Well, I'm glad someone got what they wanted today. It's a Christmas miracle. New Year's Eve. In case you're wondering what I'm doing in my room at 9 p.m. on New Year's Eve, let me fill you in. Earlier today, me and Manny were horsing around in the basement. I found a tiny black ball of thread on the carpet, and I told Manny it was a spider. Then I held it over him, pretending like I was going to make him eat it. Yeah! Squirm, squeal. Right when I was about to let Manny go, he slapped my hand and made me drop the thread. And guess what? That fool swallowed it. I'm guessing he got in trouble. So he got sent to his room. Well, Manny completely lost his mind. He ran upstairs to where Mom was, and I knew I was in big trouble. Manny told Mom I made him eat a spider. I told her there was no spider, and that was just a tiny ball of thread. Mom brought Manny over to the kitchen table. Then she put a seed, a raisin, and a grape on a plate and told Manny to point to the thing that was the closest in size to the piece of thread he swallowed. Manny took a while to look over the things on the plate. Then he walked over to the refrigerator and pulled out an orange. That's why I got sent to bed at 7 and I'm not downstairs watching the New Year's Eve special on TV. Oh, man. So here he is running to Mom. Okay. Here they are. And here he comes out with the orange. And that's also why my only New Year's resolution is to never play with Manny again. Alright, that's the end of December, so we're going to stop there for today, and we'll pick up with January next time. Remember to keep reading.